So Replicat. Okay, let's do the first thing that we do every time we look at a Steam page. We look at generally the first thing that we see, which is the trailer and the artwork in here in the description. So, Replicat is a roguelike memory deck builder where you bend the rules of card matching with wild combos, strategy-defining curios, and card featuring some personality-packed cats. See? In my opinion, this is a very good description because it tells you what is the genre. So it's a roguelike memory deck builder. Okay, interesting. You have to... There's kind of a memory slash maybe puzzle aspect to it, where you bend the rules of card matching. So it's telling you that it's going to change the usual rules, the rules that you're used to, with wild combos, strategy defining curios. I don't know what that means. Curiosities, probably. And cards featuring some personality-packed cats. And then it's telling you the theme, right? It's telling you that it's going to be, of course, you know it from the name, Replicat, but personality-packed cats, it gives you... It anchors the theme once again. You understand it from here, and it anchors it at the end of the description. So in like how many lines? 4 lines. You have a very clear understanding of what it's going to be, and not just an understanding, but you're kind of intrigued. You're like, wow, okay. Well, why do you have memory in here? What are the rules, the bending of the rules that you're going to create? And what are those cats? I want to know more, okay? So strategy card game, turn-based strategy 2D. I think your tags are good. And I'm going to look at the trailer in just a second because the trailer is pretty important. But first, the different screenshots. You're showing your UI, you're showing your game, the shop, round 6... You're winning. Yeah, okay. I think some of your you have different shops, categories. It's not necessarily incredibly clear what it's about, but I mean, you're showing different parts of your game, so I think it's nice. In here, it's pretty cool because you're showing that your game kind of has this like 3D effect, something that we don't see in other screenshots. So maybe this screenshot should be higher in the screenshots because it's showing you that the game is not just entirely flat, and maybe that's good. Unless I missed it. Okay, I missed it, sorry. I missed it in here. So this one also shows the card, but I think the last one actually shows the card better, because it shows 2 cards being in 3D, so it's slightly more clear in my opinion. But anyway, yeah. But other than that, you're showing what your game is going to offer in the screenshot, so I think it's great. Let's remove the sound and let's put the trailer and let's hear about it. Sounds very low. Okay. I like the music. I like the sound effects. I like the different animations in here that are showing what's happening. Okay. Okay. Pretty cool. I think I need to rewatch the beginning because I missed it a bit. So in here you're anchoring the fact that it's about memory. I like that. And I have some things to say. Okay. Okay. And then it gets crazy. I like how it ramps up from there. It's roughly the middle of the trailer, and I like how it ramps up the craziness. Some sort. I like that. I really like this ending. I think it's pretty cool because the craziness is ramping up. You have the crowd of cats at the bottom. You have like this stuff to end. I think what is missing. I think this can be improved a bit. This can be definitely improved a bit. This can be improved a bit by showing that you're actually going above the score like crazy, because you're not showing it in here. You see, what I can see is that you're doing so well. You can see the score bar explodes, right? So even if it's not the case in your game right now, maybe you should fake it and you should put an emphasis on that, because we don't have time to see it. I'm seeing it because I'm replaying the trailer and I'm analyzing the trailer. If someone is just watching the trailer, in here they don't really understand what's happening, especially since you cut to the end like this, okay? So I would put an emphasis on that because it's pretty cool. You're going way above the score. A bit like Balatro, right? And so Balatro, when you're going above the score in Balatro, and you can see it in the trailer, so I think that's why I will talk about that, because in the trailer they're showing it, if I remember correctly. Let's see. So you see the first trailer, you see the first part of the trailer. This is really interesting in Balatro. It's pretty long. It's a long shot. Look at that. It was 10 seconds of the same fucking shot, which goes directly against everything that everyone is saying constantly when it comes to trailers. Everyone is telling you, you should not have a long shot at the beginning. You should have something that is punchy to attract the attention. But Balatro is punchy. The effects, the UI, everything is punchy. The fact that the jokers are reacting is punchy. The game itself is punchy enough that you can have a 10-second long shot, and also it helps you understand what's going on, because you're familiar with cards, so you see the cards and you're like, oh, okay, it's a game about cards, it's a game about poker maybe, but you don't know what Balatro is yet, and you don't know the jokers and stuff. So by having a very long shot like that, you kind of understand that we are counting the points right now, and that maybe those things at the top are useful. So this is something very good, and I think in your game you kind of have something similar. So I think this is nice. The second thing that they do, boom, they switch to the jokers, and they show a bunch of jokers, showing you that they're going to be some depth to the game, right? And then look at that. What I wanted to say is this. Look at that. If I'm correct, they're going to do it exactly. They're slowly zooming in. Look at that. Slowly zooming in the score. So they're preparing you for something. Then they're showing you how all of the jokers are adding stuff, are contributing to that score. And then, final cut, boom! They're showing you that exact moment when the score is so freaking big that it turns into fire. You should have something like that, because you kind of have the same idea, right? So what we have in here is the same idea. We have some sort of ramping up, right? We see a lot of jokers being utilized. We have the cats at the bottom of the screen, very cool. We see them cheering up, very cool. But we don't see the score. And honestly, you're cutting directly to the end. So this is the end. It should be the final showdown should be the final thing. So really, you should help the player understand what it means, what you're talking about. And for that, one simple trick: zoom. Use the camera and zoom. Inside of your editing software, you zoom in the different parts that you want to show, and you want to make sure that player understands that. Okay. I'm doing things out of order, but you're finishing with the title screen of your game. I don't think I would do that personally. I don't think I would do that. So go in your engine, duplicate your title screen, and maybe just remove this, put Replicat at the middle of the screen, and show like wishlist on Steam, or a release date if you have one, or whatever. Show a CTA, a call to action at the end. You should tell people what they should do, and they should wishlist the game, try the demo on Steam, whatever, okay? I would finish with that, because we don't care about this. The last shot you're showing to people, the last thing that they will remember, you're showing them your title screen. We don't fucking care about your title screen. Even if it's good, we don't care, okay? And your title screen is not incredible. It's just a title screen. So I think I would do that if I were you. Okay? Now let's go back to the beginning. What do you have? I think at the beginning, okay, I think you're doing the exact opposite of Balatro at the beginning. You're going pretty fast, right? You're going pretty fast. You're showing a bunch of different things. I think you should slow down a tiny bit. And it's probably the first time I'm going to say that, because usually people start too slow in their trailers. Usually people start with like logos and boring stuff. We don't care about that. But in here, you have a game which is maybe not that complex, but there's a lot going on, right? There's a UI on the left, there's some things on the top, and there's some stuff in the middle. So we have to understand. This shot, I think this shot is pretty cool, right? Where you click on one, you click on a second one. It's the same thing, so it matches, right? You have two cats that are purple, so it matches, and it gets validated. If I understand correctly, this is what I understand from that shot. But how long is it? How long is it? You're clicking, it's like 2 seconds. It's way too fast. Way too fast. What I would do personally is I would show the entire screen just like that, okay? I would show the entire screen just like that. I would probably have a shot which is minimum 5 to 6 seconds. I would slowly zoom in if needed to make sure that people understand that the action is happening at the middle of the screen and not the sides. Right now we don't care about the sides, okay? We've seen everything, we zoom in slowly, and we start looking at the middle of the screen. You click on one. Give players and viewers something. So you click on one, you click on this cat, okay? Let me do it better. Fuck it. Let me do it better than that. You click on this cat, you click on another one, it's not the correct one, okay? It's not the correct one. So it does bloop, bloop, shklink, it's not the correct one. Then you click on this again. You click on this one again because you know what it is, right? You know it's this one. And then you finally click on the one which is corresponding. With that, you make sure that everyone understands what the goal is. And they will have the satisfaction, maybe, of knowing it or whatever. You see what I mean? There's a problem. That's what I'm doing already. No! Oh, you are. Sorry, you are. Okay, sorry, I didn't say anything. Okay. You're doing it so fast. Like, look at that. Frame 1, I didn't see your action. So I completely missed it. Look at that. Frame 0, we are at 0 seconds. It's already up. We don't see the action, so we miss it. So, you start with the blank canvas. You click on one. You click on another one, which is not correct. And to anchor the idea, you should go back to the first one. You get it or not? You click on this one first, and then you click on this one. This one is not correct. So then, the second time, you don't start clicking on this one out of nowhere. Why would you click on this one out of nowhere? No, you go back to clicking this one first. The order is important because people will understand way better. You usually start with the one that you clicked first, and then you go and click on the second, and boom, there's a match. So take your fucking time. Take some time, because people don't have the time to understand what is happening. And then, when it's doing that, when it's matching and it's going in here, you have some sort of jump cut. You have a match cut, right? I can see you're doing a match cut in here, where the things are going at the top, and then you're switching to another scene where you have the same thing, kinda. I get the idea, and I get how you can say it's linking the two shots, but we are 4 seconds in, and it's too fast. We just don't have time to understand what's happening. So you take your time, and you must ramp up. You must ramp up the craziness, okay? So maybe what you do next is you show a good series. You show yourself being able to match multiple ones at the one after the other. So maybe you match two, maybe you match another one, and maybe you match another one, and that way, boom, it's satisfying. I think it's only what's missing in your game. Something a bit more slow, and when you're showing something cool, such as this, you're showing the cats getting excited at the bottom of the screen and the score ramping up. Show it. Be proud of what you're doing. Show it to people, right? Otherwise, we don't have time to be satisfied. In here, we're just seeing a bunch of stuff happening on screen. There's stuff everywhere. Look at that. There's stuff at the top, there's stuff at the bottom, there's stuff on the left, and then you switch to the shop. Out of a sudden, you switch to the shop. Too much. So take your time, ramp up the craziness, explain the depth of your game by showing the shops. This is great. I think when you're going in the shop and you're adding more stuff, it's great, right? But take your time. And when you're doing something in the shop, you can replicate what you're doing in here, right? What you're doing in here, the fact that you're zooming in and you're showing something important, I think this is good. I think you should do that. But why should I be excited in here? I don't understand. You see what I mean? What exactly are you showing me? Happy Napkins score 10 points on each match. You're putting it in here, and for some reason, the screen shakes, and it moves to the next. Is it that interesting, the thing that you bought? Is it that good? Maybe not. So the effect that you're using is not linked to the importance of what you're doing. I think you should really be aware of that. Make sure that the effects that you're using are matching the level of importance. I don't think it's that important. But I like that. I like that. Boom, you have goals, you have scores, and then you do some stuff. Yeah, this is good. Boom, you're matching. But you see how fast you're going. You see how fast you're going. Boom, you're matching. Boom, all of a sudden you won. And then you pick some upgrades. In here, you're showing that you have a bunch of different stuff. This is good. But because the order is a bit weird, we don't understand. You're going back and forth between multiple things. I think I understand why you're doing that, right? But I also think it's very hard to follow because of this. You're showing a bunch of gameplay, a bit of gameplay, but really fast again. Then all of a sudden we win. Then we shop. Then we win really fast. And then we go back to some gameplay. No, sorry, in the middle you're showing the deck. So maybe the deck, like that, the fact that you have multiple decks, it should be shown towards the end. It's the logical progression, right? So the last thing I would say, because I think we've said most of the things that we should that we needed to say. The last thing is make sure that you storyboard your trailer. And when I mean storyboard, it doesn't have to be crazy, but you put it on paper or in your editing software. You write the important steps. You write the progression. Okay? How do you start? What are you introducing? What are you showing? And you make sure that you ramp up the interest and you finish on a high note. Okay? Right now, it feels a bit like you're showing something and then going back to something else, and then showing something and then going back to something else. It feels messy, right? I watched the trailer and I don't have a good understanding of what is happening. I just saw a bunch of stuff jumping on screen here and there. I think you have all of the ingredients just to finish on a positive note, because you have, I think, a cool game with cool aesthetic. I think you have all of the ingredients. You just need to take your time and to lay them out correctly, right? In the right order. And then, of course, your last screen should be a call to action, as we said at the beginning. And if you do that, I think you have everything you need, and you have a good trailer, right? Okay, now that we've seen the trailer, maybe I should look at what you're saying. I agree, I reordered a screenshot. I will also make another trailer soon. Rushed a little bit to get the Steam page up. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Hello Vex, by the way. I agree, zooming on the score and stuff could work. Honestly, it wasn't shown in Balatros' first trailer they released to. They changed the trailer later. Okay. I agree with all of this. I will also get a new trailer made by a professional. That's what I'm doing already. But I agree that it's too fast. I'm not stopping you because it's also good content for you, but again, I agree with all of this, and I already am cooking a new trailer. Okay, perfect. Then take that in mind. Keep that in mind, I think. Replicat is a roguelike builder that bends the rules of memory matching. Okay, very clear. Very clear description. This one line is very good. Your copywriting, I think your copywriting is really perfect, honestly. We talked about ridiculous shipping from Jotson just before. Your copywriting in here is perfect, in my opinion. While your trailer is a bit messy, your writing is perfect. Build powerful decks, break conventions with game-altering curios, and score high with wild strategies. So my only thing is curios. Is it because I'm not native, and so I don't know what it is? Is it referring to curiosities? Is it something that people are aware of? If not, if it's too niche, maybe write it in full, or maybe it's just me. I don't know because I'm not native, right? So if that's the case, forget about it. It's a word. Oh, okay. I'm not aware of it. So maybe you want to use another one, maybe not, as you want. Bend the rules, so you have a bunch of things, so you understand that those things are going to bend the rules, right? What I understand, the link that I make in my head is, if you're telling me that I should bend the rules, you're also telling me that those things are going to bend the rules. So I think I like that. Matching cards is just the beginning. You're intriguing me. You're intriguing me in here. I like that. Stack game-breaking effects that twist the way you play. Reveal extra cards, keep tiles flipped, match wild jokers, and even force mismatched pairs to succeed. Perfect. While memory helps, strategy is king as your deck grows stronger and more unpredictable. Perfect! You're showing that there is depth to this game. You're telling people, hey, don't get caught on the fact that it's a memory game. There is depth to this game. Match cards in a way you never thought possible. Collect unique curios that rewrite the rules of the game. Turn mistakes into opportunities with clever deck building. Synergize. Okay? Boom, it's doing something. Experiment with different deck archetypes to forge powerful, rule-defying strategies. Whether you focus on extra moves, passive reveals, turn manipulation, multipliers, or pure chaos, every build offers a unique way to outwit the board. Again, very good copywriting in my opinion, because in here, you're listing a bunch of things without making a list. You're turning that into an interesting sentence, showing people that they have multiple ways of manipulating the game. I like that. Then you have this screen again, which shows the effect. I think I have something to tell you about this effect, but we can go back to it just after. In here you have the bunch of features. Personally, I think those are not super useful. In my opinion, those are usually not super useful, because they don't tell us anything. I think your copywriting above is telling us way more than this. But you do whatever you want. Infinite matching mayhem. No two runs are ever the same in Replicat. Every game is packed with randomized challenges, unique modifiers, and fresh opportunities to experiment with new strategies. As you play, earn experience to unlock new cards, new starting decks, higher difficulties. It's why is it written so good? Why is it so good? Why is it so good? Tell me why the writing is so good. Tell me. Because again, you saw what I did? I just read the beginning of the sentence. Because the sentence is written in a way where it tells you what you unlock, and then it tells you why. Or what for. What you unlock, and what for. What you unlock, and what for. So it's very easy to parse. It's like boom, boom, boom. I like this. In here, showing another tune. Immerse yourself in Replicat's jazzy, funky world filled with adorable cat emotes, mewing sound effects, and vibrant visuals. Whether you're chasing high score or crafting outrageous combos, Replicat keeps you coming back for more. Great. Great, great, great. I think overall your page is really nice. It's just great. It's just great. Maybe one thing I can eventually I can point is that you're not talking about the cats that much. You're talking about the cats at the very end of your page. But I guess it's because it's not that important, right? It's because the game is themed around cats, but it's not like it's super important for people. You want to put first what the game is about and what are the rules, and you don't want people to play the game just because of the cats. So you put the cats at the end. I thought the cat visuals are speaking enough. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I guess you can talk about the cats if they're doing something more, right? If the cats are bringing something different, you can. But also you can attract people by having at the beginning of your page, you can attract people by having something specifically about the cats and about the fact that it's a complex game but wrapped in a cute aesthetic. Right? But otherwise, perfect. Tell me why. You didn't answer me. Tell me why. Tell me why it's so well written. Are you into copywriting stuff? Is someone paid? Are you paying someone to write those things? How is it? Usually developers are doing a very bad job of creating things like that. So tell me why. What was it you wanted to say about the scoring visuals? You said you're going to talk about it later. Yeah, sure. Let's look at that. My problem is here is that it's very hard to read, because look at that. Some of your effects are on top, right? So it's easy to see that this one is getting used. But the ones that are behind, because for some, like, they're behind, so the z-index makes it hard to see. So I think I would do something different. I think I would try to find another. Either they go on top for a moment, or they do something different. I don't know. But when the ones that are behind are scaling up, I find it very difficult to understand what's going on. They should move forward, exactly. I think they should move. That way you really understand what's going on. And I think Balatro is doing it, right? I'm sorry to compare you to Balatro. I don't know if you are inspired by Balatro, but Balatro is doing it so well. Balatro is really doing it so well. Balatro is incredible because it's juicy, but it's simple at the same time. So everything is clear. When something is happening, it's clear. You always know what's happening. And I think this is one of the good things about Balatro. And when you're used to it, you play Balatro at 4x speed, and it's still very readable. You understand what's happening. So I think it's something very good. Yeah, I agree, it should move forward, yeah. No, I wrote it myself, I'm not a native either. Okay, so you did a very good job. Balatro is a real influence, yeah, and I was influenced by it before it actually became a hit. I love how you're saying that. Like, I knew it before it was successful. No, but that's cool, that's cool. I can see the influence, but also I can see that you have your own stuff. You have your own twist. You have your own idea, and I like that. I think, and I hope people will be able to see it. I'm not judging the in-game that much, right? It would be a separate review. Obviously, from what I'm seeing, you can have more juice in your game, but what is mostly interesting is talking about your Steam page and your trailer, and I think overall you did a very great job. Honestly, apart from the trailer that you are currently reworking, I think all of the rest of the Steam page is very well done. And look at that. Is this game relevant to you? Similar to games you've played, Balatro, so that's very good. Very, very good. And more like this, Billionaire, Library of Runa, okay, Dicemancer, and Stacklands. I think the more like this are not too bad, right? Especially Billionaire, it's very close to what you're doing. Maybe also Dicemancer, I'm not sure. So yeah, pretty cool. Congrats. I think that's it. I uploaded a playtest version. I don't want to put the demo up immediately because of the new demo system. Okay. So you are going to run a playtest? Stacking some wishlist first. Okay, no problem. Well, congrats. Replicat. I'm going to put that in the chat if you guys want to check it out. Honestly, congrats overall. I hope you enjoyed that small review. and it's probably one of the most interesting page that we've seen. Thanks for your feedback. Yeah, no problem.